Imagine a tomb, sealed for almost 2,000 years, hidden beneath layers of history, untouched by time, and believed to be the resting place of Jesus Christ. For centuries, it remained undisturbed, locked away beneath the Church of the Holy Sepulchre in Jerusalem. The air around it carried a sense of something sacred, something forgotten by time, but never erased from memory. This tomb was more than stone walls and a sealed entrance. It represented a story that shaped the beliefs of billions. A select team of archaeologists recently received permission to open it after years of anticipation. As the heavy stone door shifted for the first time in 2 millennia, the world waited. The discovery inside would not simply reveal history, it would leave the world stunned. The opening of this tomb wasn't just a scientific endeavor. Even the tools used seemed to hesitate, as though aware of the gravity of the moment. Each breath taken inside the chamber felt like it stirred echoes of the past. The world outside faded as history prepared to speak once more. Outside the tomb, the city of Jerusalem continued as it always had, bustling with life, tradition, and faith. Yet beneath the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, time seemed to stand still. The tomb, hidden for centuries, had revealed its secrets. Its walls had witnessed the rise and fall of empires, the prayers of countless pilgrims, and the passage of untold generations. In 33 CE, Jerusalem was under Roman control, filled with merchants, pilgrims, and rulers. It was here, amid the complexities of politics and religion, that Jesus of Nazareth lived, taught, and was ultimately crucified. His death, meant as a warning by the Romans, became the beginning of a belief that would stretch across continents and centuries. After a massive stone sealed his body in this very tomb after his crucifixion. Gospels speak of its emptiness 3 days later, a moment that became the cornerstone of Christian faith. The resurrection symbolized hope, redemption, and the promise of eternal life. When the stone finally gave way, the tomb revealed a silent interior. The team's flashlights swept the chamber, illuminating objects that had lain hidden for more than 2,000 years. The first discovery was fragments of a burial shroud. Despite the passage of time, the cloth still retained traces of its original color. This remarkably preserved cloth may have wrapped the body of Jesus Christ. In a nearby corner lay a small collection of Roman coins. Countless hands had smoothed the edges of the coins, which bore visible markings despite their wear. These coins could have been offerings left by early followers, a silent tribute to the man many believed to be the Son of God. The arrangement of the coins suggested intention, care, and respect, evidence of devotion that had persisted long after the tomb was sealed. On the walls of the tomb, the most striking discoveries emerged. Inscriptions, etched into the stone with care, appeared in Aramaic, the language Jesus spoke. The engravings told stories from an era long past, stories that connected faith, history, and mystery. Each word seemed to reach across time, linking the present day to a past filled with belief, struggle, and hope. The inscriptions were not merely decorative. Deeper within the chamber, the team uncovered a wooden box, worn but intact. The box, sealed and covered in ancient symbols, seemed to pulse with significance. Inside it were scrolls, perfectly preserved despite the centuries. The writing on the scrolls was delicate, the ink was faded but still legible. Early analysis suggested that the passages within these scrolls contained teachings and stories that could add new depth to the understanding of Jesus' life. The scrolls, untouched by human hands for generations, held the potential to redefine a narrative that had shaped human history. Remember to join our community by subscribing to this channel. The discoveries continued. Among the artifacts was a fragment of ceramic, its surface glazed with patterns reminiscent of first-century craftsmanship. The design suggested it might have belonged to a vessel from the time of the Last Supper. Alongside the ceramic fragment lay a piece of wood. Though small, this fragment carried immense weight. Its texture and composition closely matched descriptions of the cross used in crucifixions during Roman times. Each discovery added a new layer to the story unfolding within the tomb. The objects, silent yet powerful, carried the weight of belief, tradition, and history. One of the most amazing discoveries was a small wooden box, beautifully decorated with old symbols and sealed tightly. Inside, archaeologists found scrolls in excellent condition. The writing on them was still clear after all these years. Experts believe these scrolls might reveal new stories about Jesus' life and teachings. To explain these findings to everyone, researchers shared that the scrolls include details that could deepen the understanding of ancient traditions and beliefs, making the discovery even more exciting. The team also uncovered broken pieces of a clay cup. The cup had SP special markings on the cup, suggest its potential use in religious ceremonies. It could be similar to cups used at the Last Supper. This connection adds a personal touch to the find, as it links directly to one of the most significant events in history. The markings tell a story of their own, showing how these objects were crafted and used during sacred gatherings. Another fascinating item was a small piece of wood. Scientists think it could be part of the cross on which Jesus was crucified. Although tiny, this piece holds deep significance. Experts are studying it carefully using modern technology to determine its origins. They believe this fragment could connect directly to the events that shaped beliefs worldwide, making it a priceless piece of history. For centuries, people from around the world have visited the tomb believed to be Jesus' resting place. This sacred tomb is inside the Church of the Holy Sepulchre in Jerusalem. Pilgrims, researchers, and travelers visit to experience its history. Over time, weather and the constant flow of visitors damaged the building. The effects of time were clear, and there were growing concerns about the tomb's safety. The edicule, the small shrine holding the tomb, began to crumble. Experts anticipated its collapse, necessitating immediate action. In 2016, a major restoration project started. This effort aimed to protect the tomb so future generations could visit and learn from it. The project brought together 3 Christian groups: Greek Orthodox, Roman Catholic, and Armenian Apostolic. Their teamwork highlighted the tomb's importance to many people worldwide. A team of specialists led the restoration. They were highly skilled in preserving ancient buildings. Every step was planned with great care because the edicule is fragile and sacred. The team's primary goal was to make the tomb strong while keeping its original appearance. Each phase of the project was handled gently to avoid any damage. To protect the tomb, workers placed marble slabs over it. These slabs were added. Throughout history, workers added these slabs at various times. Light came during the Crusades when many pilgrims visited. Additional layers followed, each representing the best preservation techniques of their time. These layers tell a story of care and dedication spanning generations. The restoration wasn't just about repairs. It gave scientists a rare opportunity to study the tomb using modern tools. For the first time, they could explore its history in detail without causing damage. While working, the team revealed the stone bed believed to have held Jesus' body. The team saw it for the first time in centuries. Using advanced imaging tools, they recorded every detail. Radar and other methods allowed them to explore beneath the surface without disturbing the structure. The restoration team also worked on the surrounding church to ensure its stability. They reinforced the foundations and strengthened key areas. These repairs were essential to guarantee the church and tomb would remain standing for many more years. Every section restored told part of a story that connects people across time. What made this restoration even more special was the global support it received. People from all over the world contributed funds. Governments, organizations, and individuals of different faiths donated. This showed that the tomb, while central to Christianity, holds a place in the world's shared history. The generosity and unity shown by so many highlight how this place touches lives everywhere. Thanks to these efforts, the tomb and the Church of the Holy Sepulchre are now safe for future visitors. The discoveries made during the restoration, such as the scrolls, cup pieces, wooden fragment, and wall inscriptions, add more pieces to a story that has fascinated the world for thousands of years. These findings connect the past to the present, helping everyone understand more about a time that shaped today's world. The restoration of the tomb not only protected a sacred place, but also united people from all walks of life. By the conclusion of the project in 2017, the edicule had been fully restored and the tomb was safeguarded. These efforts ensured that this sacred site would continue to inspire and unite individuals from diverse backgrounds. The restoration preserved the past while creating opportunities for future generations to learn from and connect with the legacy of this remarkable place. The history of this iconic church dates back to the 4th century, during the reign of Emperor Constantine the Great and his mother, Helena. Their efforts led to the establishment of this monumental place of worship. In the early 300s CE, Constantine became the first Roman emperor to embrace Christianity. Under his leadership, the Roman Empire transitioned from persecuting Christians to promoting their faith. Constantine aimed to honor key locations associated with Jesus' life and death. His mother, Helena, played a crucial role in identifying these sacred places. Helena traveled to Jerusalem, guided by scripture and local traditions, to locate sites linked to Jesus' crucifixion and burial. At that time, the location of Jesus' tomb remained hidden. Following Jesus' death, Jerusalem had come under Roman control. In the 2nd century CE, Emperor Hadrian ordered the construction of a pagan temple over the site, possibly to erase its Christian significance. Despite this, Helena's determination, alongside guidance from local Christians, led her to uncover what was believed to be Jesus' burial site beneath layers of Roman construction. Once the location was ID Constantine commissioned the construction of a grand church to honor this sacred ground once he identified the location. Now, Church of the Holy Sepulchre was completed. Built over the sites of Jesus' crucifixion at Golgotha and his nearby tomb, the structure reflected Constantine's vision of Christianity as a central pillar of the empire. The church's design welcomed pilgrims and celebrated the resurrection, the cornerstone of Christian faith. The original church was far more extensive than the current structure. It featured several distinct areas, including a large basilica known as the Martyrium, an open courtyard called the Atrium, and the Rotunda, which housed the edicule, the small shrine covering Jesus' tomb. The layout allowed worshippers to follow the journey of Jesus' passion, from crucifixion to burial and resurrection. Are you enjoying the story? Support our channel by clicking the subscribe button. Throughout history, the Church of the Holy Sepulchre has faced destruction, reconstruction, and renovation. In 614 CE, the Persian invasion of Jerusalem caused severe damage. However, restoration efforts followed. In the 11th century, the church faced another crisis when Fatimid Caliph al-Hakim ordered its destruction. Byzantine Emperor Constantine IX Monomachos later rebuilt and expanded it during the 12th century Crusader period. The Crusaders, committed to preserving Christian holy sites, reshaped much of the church into its current form. They reinforced the structure and added Romanesque architectural features that remain visible today. Since then, the church has stood as a testament to resilience and faith, surviving centuries of conflict, natural disasters, and religious disputes. One unique feature of the church is its shared custodianship. Since the 12th century, Christian denominations, including Greek Orthodox, Roman Catholic, and Armenian Apostolic churches, have jointly maintained and managed the site. This collaboration highlights the universal importance of the church. The tomb of Jesus represents more than just a historical location. It is a place rich in legends, traditions, and mysteries. Over the centuries, it has become a focal point for spiritual reflection and devotion, attracting millions of pilgrims and visitors. Among its many stories, three stand out: the legend of the Holy Light, rare openings of the tomb, and its role as a symbol of hope and truth. One of the most fascinating phenomena linked to the tomb is the legend of the Holy Light. Every year during Orthodox Easter, thousands gather at the Church of the Holy Sepulchre to witness this remarkable event. According to tradition, a divine light appears inside the tomb, believed to represent a heavenly manifestation of God's presence. This bluish-white flame is said to spontaneously ignite candles held by the Greek Orthodox Patriarch after he enters the sealed tomb. This annual ceremony has been celebrated for over a millennium, with origins tracing back to at least the 9th century. Believers consider the Holy Light a direct connection to the divine, strengthening faith and bringing hope to those who witness it. The event continues to captivate the imagination of people worldwide, drawing visitors eager to experience the moment when history, faith, and tradition converge in a sacred flame. From the tomb, the sight of ignited candles continues to captivate the faithful. Though skeptics have attempted to explain the phenomenon through natural causes, it remains a deeply treasured tradition for millions of Orthodox Christians worldwide. Despite its sacred significance, the tomb itself has rarely been disturbed. In recorded history, only a few instances show that the heavy stone slab sealing the burial chamber has been moved. These rare occasions required a delicate balance of precision and reverence. When the tomb was last opened, scientists employed state-of-the-art imaging and non-invasive techniques. This careful approach ensured the site remained intact, preventing any damage while capturing vital information. The exposure of the burial bed was brief, lasting only 60 hours. Yet the insights gained from this limited window have significantly deepened our understanding of this sacred site. Each artifact uncovered within the tomb stands as a testament to hope, resilience, and the enduring mysteries of life and death. These carefully preserved objects, having survived the passage of time, serve as tangible connections to a profound past. Their existence guides humanity toward a richer understanding of history, faith, and shared experiences. Intertwining history with faith provides more than lessons from the past. It offers pathways to discover deeper meanings about ourselves. The tomb and its relics remind us of humanity's shared heritage, reflecting stories of belief, sacrifice, and hope that transcend time and borders. The tomb had long been the focus of faith and speculation. Stories passed through generations spoke of its emptiness, a symbol of the resurrection. Yet the possibility of uncovering the truth drew together scientists, archaeologists, and religious scholars. With careful precision, layers of stone and dust were removed. The atmosphere was thick with anticipation. Every scrape of stone against stone carried echoes of the past. As the final barrier fell away, the tomb's interior was revealed. Ancient walls stood remarkably preserved. The burial chamber, the stone slab, everything seemed untouched by time. However, the most astonishing aspect lay in the tomb's emptiness. Only the cold, silent void seemed to confirm the most extraordinary claim in human history. It represented the victory over death, the fulfillment of prophecy, and a story that shaped the course of civilizations. The absence of a body was not a surprise for those who believed. It was an affirmation of faith. This discovery echoed the message that had resounded through centuries. Life triumphs over death, and the tomb remains empty as a testament to that truth. The tomb's revelation did not simply rest on faith, it resonated with history, science, and culture. The Church of the Holy Sepulchre, where the tomb resides, had stood witness to countless historical events. Previous archaeological studies had hinted at the tomb's significance, yet this unveiling added a new chapter. It brought ancient stories into the present, offering tangible evidence of a narrative believed for millennia. It represents hope, redemption, and the power of belief. It stands as a symbol of humanity's desire to understand what lies beyond life. The meticulous work of scientists and scholars further enriched the story, offering insights into the construction, preservation, and historical context of the tomb. These details provided a bridge between faith and fact, allowing the story to resonate with a wider audience. If you are enjoying this exploration of history and faith, consider clicking the Super Thanks button. Your support helps preserve the legacy of these remarkable discoveries, ensuring they continue to inspire future generations. Modern technology played a crucial role in understanding the tomb's secrets. Advanced imaging techniques revealed structural details that had been hidden for centuries. Analysis of the materials confirmed the tomb's age, aligning with historical timelines. These scientific advancements brought clarity to a story often shrouded in mystery. Yet, despite these breakthroughs, the tomb's emptiness remained the most compelling element. The absence of physical evidence amplified its significance, transforming it from a historical site into a symbol of faith realized. For believers, it reinforced the core message of their faith. For historians and scholars, it provided a point of convergence between myth and history. The story of the tomb influenced art, literature, and philosophy across the world. The global response to the tomb's unveiling reflected its universal significance. The story transcended religious boundaries, inspiring discussions about history, science, and spirituality. The tomb's emptiness became a shared mystery, uniting people in their quest for understanding. The enduring power of the empty tomb lies in what it represents. It is a story of transformation, a narrative that challenges the boundaries of life and death. The careful preservation of the tomb ensured that its message would continue to inspire future generations. Its empty interior echoed with a promise that had shaped human history, a promise of life beyond death. Thanks for watching. Join our community by subscribing to this channel. Until the next video.